the Daily Wire and Steven Crowder have been going back and forth. It's just pretty wild, man. Now Crowder is doing another video on his clapback. Let's check this out, man. Hit the like button, drop some comments, subscribe if you haven't, and that's about to be wild. He's smiling his eyes off too.
They don't get deals that
they can be wage slaves for a little bit. Come over and make us.
Crowder, I know you feel like this is a huge gotcha though, and it is that you got them recorded. This is going to be perceived as really scummy though, especially due to the fact that y'all was supposed to be friends. It's going to be perceived. I'm just telling you how it's going to be perceived. This is a gotcha.
Salary and grow their brand. They can be wage slaves for a little bit. They can be wage slaves for a little bit.
God bless the talk boy. Those things are worth like $5,000 now. It's an expensive gag. So didn't want to have to do this, but Daily Wire outed themselves very, very quickly. And sure enough.
Yeah, this is a chess move. I've seen this done within YouTube drama communities so many times. So I know, and this ain't even right, like to try to shame Crowder, but this was a chess move. I think that this was a plan. This is a plan. He knew what was up. He knew that if he baited them, they was going to come out because there wasn't really other options for guesses. Like a lot of people knew that he was talking about Daily Wire and then he was going to have this recorded. I think he planned this, right? And that's not me trying to throw shade at him. This is me saying he's playing chess.
If you see all the people who work there, some of whom I have relationships with, they immediately tried to make this all about money. Here's the problem. There are a few problems, and I'll go through with some receipts. Everything that was said about negotiations, how they transpired, beyond a numerical value, which is true, and I'll get to. Everything else is...
I think the division is crazy, yeah. It is wild, man, but at the end of the day, right, we're still in the entertainment sphere. We're still in the media world. We're still in business, right? Like, even though it's right, left, conservative, liberal, all this other stuff, it still falls under these umbrellas, right? Like, and even me, I'm honest as hell. Honest as hell. I'm real. I'm coming here not for the sole purpose of trying to get money and get rich. I don't want fame. None of that stuff right there. I just want to be able to give you guys as much value as possible and just be able to say my opinions without being canceled. You know what I mean? But in order for me to do that, I do have to do certain things like a business, which means like, you know, just doing certain stuff. There's certain stuff like putting ads in my videos, right? That's just like an example, right? But it's not my focus. My focus isn't, I gotta get my monies like Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. Like, no. But it seems like when you get to a certain level, now that becomes like, I guess, more important or more of a thing. When you get a big enough brand, I don't know. It's one of the blessings of not being a big creator or a big brand, right?
Untrue. I don't really want to get into that. It's completely irrelevant. Here's
that kind of stuff.
Go back to the 20-something minute video, 30-minute video. You've never heard me say or write anywhere online that these offers weren't paying enough money. Why? Because it's not about the money. It's kind of unreal to me that the only thing these people can still talk about is the money. The conversation was about conservatism, the movement, and big tech. They keep talking about money. I'm talking about a country. I'm talking about a movement. I'm talking about making a difference. It's not about the money. Jeremy,
you did bring up you being docked for 6 sick days for 100,000. You did bring that up. So let's not say it's not about the money. Let's come on, man. Come on. You can say it's not all about the money, but you did bring up the money as one of your arguments. So let's keep it real.
And the Daily Wire know that. How do I know they know that? Because after, according to what he said, I walked away from the offer. I did place one more call to the Daily Wire, and I made it very, very clear that it wasn't about money. That was not the topic of conversation. There was zero, as they've tried to portray this, miscommunication. It was one.
And this is the one that got recorded with his old school tape recorder. Right there.
One last call where the only thing that I asked for, my only demand, was their word, and not even for me, but for other people.
And if this was months after the original, this seemed like a setup, bro. This just seemed like yo, as a creator, I always say this, just believe that every message will be leaked. Every phone call will be leaked. Just, you got to treat it like that. That's why I speak freely at all times. The same way I talk behind the scenes, same way I talk in front of the scenes. I'm going to be like, I said that. That was me. No shame on my game.
Coming up, facing these kinds of contracts.
Let's say Taquito comes in with 500,000 YouTube subscribers or something like that, 100,000. Let's say some other kid you're paying 6 figures to come in and do it. There's not the penalty of the demonetization or if they're removed from iTunes, Apple, YouTube.
Yeah, sure there would be.
And here's something else. I was also very measured. I was painstakingly clear in taking myself off the table because it wasn't going to be a right fit. That happens in business all the time. But that we weren't talking about me. We were talking about the futures of other people who could potentially be in that position, that very disconcerting position. No miscommunication.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Crowder. That sounds kind of suspect. The negotiations were for you. So if you call back months later for this and you recorded it and made sure that this is what you... First of all, the fact that you recorded it, I don't know if anything that you said was pre-planned because you were aware of the recording. From their eyes, their last conversation with you was about negotiations. So for you to call and talk about up-and-coming creators, I don't know, man. It seems like a strategic marketing move to go independent, right? And I will hope that's not the case. That's not me saying that 100% of everything Crowder is saying is just for money or anything of that nature. It's just that I don't know, man. It seems real strategic. Let me hear more.
What I'm talking about is you're describing a model for everyone, not just let's get rid of me here. Everyone, if there's a penalty for being demonetized on YouTube, because your business model requires that be a huge component of it, you need to change your business model or this movement cannot work, Jeremy. I can't imagine my show trying to come up and be beholden to YouTube advertiser guidelines, let alone, I mean, honestly, being beholden from a conservative entity with hard strikes, right? Being removed, but let alone being advertiser friendly. We know how broad those guidelines are. They might as well just read, don't say anything offensive, and they change them at the drop of a hat.
I'm not suggesting that the guidelines aren't terrible. I'm suggesting that if making money off of those platforms is part of how you're justifying the salary you're paying someone, then or the fee I keep saying salary, the fee you're paying someone, then when those go away, everybody loses money. You can't pay the same amount with less revenue.
How about you create a different business model?
Now, I know what some of you are thinking.
All right, I understand what both of them are saying. From Crowder is like, yeah, the guidelines are crazy, right? So basing their income and their livelihood off of that is like not the safest bet. But from what the Daily Wire is saying is like, if this is what you're getting your money from, right? Like it would make sense to just go by those guidelines if that's what you're using to get income for not just you, but the Daily Wire as well. Right. And Crowd is just like, you need to do business the way I say so, which sounds crazy. It could come from the heart. It could come from a genuine place of, I want to help the little guy and help the small creator, but you're still telling someone who's been running their business for however long, the way that they see fit, that they need to run things the way that you say so for whatever reason. And you just so happen to be recording this conversation. It just is, I don't know. For one, I'm pro run your business how you see fit. I'm not going to tell you how to run your business. You don't tell me how to run mine. I might state my opinion, but I'm not going to tell you need to change your whole overall structure to please me or whoever, right? I think that's wrong. I don't think Crowder would like someone going to his business and telling them how to run things. I think that's crazy. Candace went on Timcast and spoke on this too. I got to check that out. But Jordan Peterson tweeted his support of Crowder's original post about the anonymous offer and then deleted it quickly afterwards. It's because once he's seen the full detail, because like, of course, right? I'm pro independence. So when I seen Crowder first video, I was like, yeah, I'm with Crowder. I watched the Daily Wire's video and I was like, I'm also pro business and doing business the way that you see fit. and no one telling you what the hell you should be able to do, right? And how you should run things. And if business doesn't work out, you can just be like, all right, cool, and no hard feelings. Crowder seems like he's going against that, right? So like I was in the middle. I think I'm still in the middle because I'm with independence, but as me running my business how I see fit, I don't think no one should be able to tell me how I'm gonna run stuff and you should need to change this structure. Nah, you could just go independent and do things for yourself. That's the benefits of me being small time as well as independent. I could do things for myself, right? And that means no one can tell me what to do as long as I stay inside guidelines. But it's even more important for me to stay inside guidelines. I don't have the luxury of, well, if I get banned from YouTube, I still get $50 million to fall back on, anything of that nature. I don't have that luxury. No. Said no commercial hit as soon as you brought up my comment. Sorry for that. Rewind it back.
Of course, telling someone else, hey, change your business model. I get it. I'm in no position to say that unless, instead of Monday morning quarterbacking it, here's the thing. I didn't just offer criticisms. I offered a guide on how to, here's the deal. I want to sit at the table with people who, granted, have an immense amount of power and have incredibly deep pockets. That is all true, to be clear. And by the way, it's something that I want to have
about the money
on our side of the aisle. But I offered a guide.
So it has something to do with the money. You said, yo, come on, Crowder. I'm with independence. I enjoy your content. I think you're hilarious. But some of the things you're saying are somewhat contradicting. I get it though. I get it.
I don't know how to do it. It is incumbent. This is what this is about. It is incumbent upon conservatives, if we believe what we say, to uncouple, to divest, if you want to use that term, from big tech. Right? For the business models of the movement as we move forward, to not rely on playing ball with Facebook and with YouTube. That is something that we have to move toward. You know that we've been trying to do that here for years. That's why every single show we say, hey, if you can watch on Rumble.
I get it. But then that's the thing is like, you're going to base everything on subscriptions or Rumble or whatever. You know, the amount of ad revenue is never going to be the same. Like, nah. Well, your Patreons, your subscriptions, and your Rumbles are not going to add up to what you could get on YouTube. And that might be crazy, but that's just the way it is, right? So you're telling businesses to take a major hit and a chance. I don't know. I don't think a lot of businesses would take that risk. They would rather do both. They would rather just do both.
Well, please do so. We're not looking to be banned on YouTube, but at least we certainly won't compromise the truth in order to be advertiser friendly. Here's the thing, Daily Wire, Jeremy, and I really do hope that we can talk at some point. Please, you can pick up the phone. We've done that. We here have found a way to make that work. For proof, see election night, our numbers on Rumble there, and see the numbers on Rumble when we get suspended from YouTube. I think it was 4 times this last year, and I went to great lengths.
It's just so many people have tried to do YouTube alternatives, and they never work, bro. So many times, man, for years. Trust me, I've seen it. They never work. YouTube too big, man. YouTube too big, and like, mind you, Crowder know that, because if that was the case, Crowder would not do anything on YouTube. Crowder would be on Rumble and his whatever subscription service, and that's it. But he knows that YouTube is a huge chunk of his income as well as promotion. It's just the way it is.
To communicate that to the people at Daily Wire.
It's like, imagine having, one of those food trucks, and there's this one strip, this one block where it's popping. You know, you could actually get a lot of money and sales. And Crowder's like, hey, let's go over here to this vacant ass lot down the street where no one ever comes around here. But guess what? No one's going to be able to tell us what to do. We're going to be our own bosses, baby. And then you go over there and it's like, okay, some people might come over there because the tacos are real good. But you're not going to be making the money like how you would down the street, where all you got to do is follow a few rules and you'll be all right. So that's pretty much what it is.
There can be no next me if the people at the top with the financial resources
Rumble's
are doing the big, that's being the arm of big tech. What you just said is, well, we have to play ball with big tech.
I'm gonna tell you the same thing I say to everybody. All right, people like maybe Sneeko or Crowder could go on Rumble and do amazing, right? People like me, and think about this, right? I'm a small YouTuber, but there's people that's even smaller than me that they go and Rumble and they never go and get discovered or heard of. Same thing with me. I've been on Rumble for like a year, bro. But like, I've been on Rumble for a long time, and I'm telling you, there's like the growth is so slow that I definitely don't make any income off of it. Let's be clear. I definitely know. And I'm uploading videos up there like crazy, bro. So it might not be like that comparable to YouTube or that close, right? Because on YouTube, I have multiple channels. I've grew multiple channels from zero, right? And I've done it pretty decently fast, man. Like in my personal opinion, Rumble is not, it's not that damn easy, right? So I wouldn't even say it's comparable to YouTube in any way, shape, or form. I could put out a good video that a lot of people are searching for and do pretty decent. Rumble is, it's not that easy. Rumble is like just like Twitch. It's good if you have a huge following already. Then it's easy to transition.
Ronnie, well, I don't. Why don't you guys follow a model like I have and scale it? That's what I've been doing since 2014. You know that. I've been trying to make sure, which I thought we were all doing, that we can all flip the bird to Silicon Valley. This is saying we need him and you need to play ball.
And by the way, before some of you ask this, look, there's always personal information on phone calls. And
I'm with you
for the
on
record,
that.
I've recorded 3 people on phone calls in my life. All 3 are involved with big tech. Just to be clear, the entire call transcript has been sent to others to verify without hopefully having to release the whole thing. And I'll be on Tim Pool's show, I believe, on Monday to talk about it. Now, this is something else that's been brought.
But then why did you record this? Did you think that your friends were big tech? Oh.
To my attention that, look, some people have been sent out from Daily Wire and have gotten very, very personal. Obviously, when we released this video, we didn't name names, and I told you there are a lot of people in the space who have made offers, and it is true. There are quite a few, and there are some others that have been pretty similar to this. This isn't an incredibly unique scenario, but there have been some good people out there too, and we're still talking with them. So I do know that some people from Daily Wire have come out, maybe been instructed to. I have no idea. I don't care. And they've gotten very personal. I don't want to do that. At least I didn't.
Hey, Candace, you referring to Candace Owens? You like, nah, I don't want to do no clapbacks. We could
want to, but now it's sort of necessary for me to do so. So these are the only personal things I will say about the people at Daily Wire. Andrew Klavan is one of my favorite people of all time. He has an unbelievable skill to make you feel like the smartest guy in the room, even though I guarantee you he's smarter than you. There are very few people whose company I enjoy more than.
Yeah, this guy's smart. He's good. Crowder's good, man. He's good. That guy, he's good. He's good, man. This is smart. If you know, you know. I see what he's doing here.
Andrew Klavan. Jordan Peterson is not only a friend. I would go to the wall for him. He's a guy who has changed the landscape of our country for the better. Can't say enough good things about him. Ben Shapiro is possibly the smartest person I know. That's as personal as I'll get. Now, here's the thing. Only after that final call, after negotiations had fallen through, pleading on the side of principle and knowing that it was completely met with deaf ears, did I come out like I did. See, here's the thing. Daily Wire, they keep talking about a business. Well, I walked away from the table because I'm talking like it's about a country, about a movement. And this is the thing. The response that I've heard over the years is not just now. I've been doing this for a long time. You constantly hear, it's just business.
I understand. Yo, fam, but do you know how many emails or comments and DMs I get of people like, if we're talking about the movement, you got to do this type of content. You need to be talking about this. And I'm like, you can't tell me what to talk about or who to talk about or when. And like, no. But I feel like that's what Crowd is kind of doing with Daily Wire.
Yes. It's just business.
Just be independent, bro. Like literally just do it yourself and show us, man. You go and get some independent, like other podcasts and you do your movement and do everything. Do it. Show us. I'm going to support it. I'm going to support it if you do it. So do it. But why are you trying to demand other people to do what you're doing though?
Well, guess what? It's not
kinda
to
weird.
Me. Sure, I run a business, but it's not just business. And let me ask you, when have you ever heard someone say it's just business when they're doing the right thing? Ever hear someone give $250,000 to charity and say it's just business? And here's something I would like to ask you, because I know that they've tried to play the identity politics and misrepresent the whole financial situation. But yeah, over the course of 4 or 5 years, the total operational budget, meaning 25, 30 employees, all of the costs, security, health insurance, would have been somewhere in the $50 million ballpark for that total operational budget. That is true. Okay. First off, I think it's a good thing for conservative companies out there to be generating or capable of generating far more than that. It'd be better than just Disney and just Netflix and just Hulu Plus. And I'd like the people who are in charge of that to be people who are willing to walk away from that if it comes with strings attached, with people who hate everything you stand for. So,
man, show us. Lead by example. Lead by example. Did you see the DW response to his original video? Yep. I reacted to it. It's on my YouTube channel, BXBeastBoy Reacts. It's definitely on there. I reacted to it. That's what made me like start like questioning a lot of things, man. It's not really, I don't think it's how he's presenting it. At least not in my opinion. But then again, I'm a small YouTuber. Like maybe this is something I don't know much about.
Let's take that at face value. Okay. I want you to ask yourself this question. Okay. Put yourself in my shoes. What would it take? How much do your principles matter to you? What kind of a headspace would you have to be in to walk away full stop from $50 million? Let me ask you even further. What would it take for you to be willing to walk away from at least $50 million because of it causing harm to someone else that doesn't even affect you? But the next kid. I've talked about this, you have it in comedy. I'm never going to be the guy who holds the ladder up after me. What motivates me is not money. Of course, everyone here likes nice things. They want to make a living. You've heard me say this many times. I want to pass the torch. I want there to be someone else to do this. It can't happen.
It could be both. It could be both. It could be both, bro. Because like when you say you don't care about money, it sounds crazy when you monetize and you're getting donations or subscriptions and doing $50 million contract negotiations. Like, listen, it's not all about money. It's not all about money. I understand it's a business and you have to be able to keep the business afloat in order to do the good things that you do and work with your movement.
If this is how our movement is structured. And you know that, by the way, this could do irreparable damage to the movement, the country, and the people who fought so hard for the ground gained if we've decided to get in bed with these people who want to strip it away. I'm asking, would you walk away? What would it take for you to walk away from $50 million? Because it's true. That's exactly what I did. It's exactly what I'm doing. And so long as these contracts out there include enforcement of big tech, of punishing conservative creators on behalf of the people we claim to fight and the people who have long since demonetized us and can't stand me, and part of me doesn't blame them. As long as these contracts include that, not even for me, but the next person, I wouldn't take $1 billion.
Famous dude. My man is the martyr. I think that's clear as day. That's what he's trying to present. Like, yo, I'm the martyr, bro. I'm the martyr, man. I'm standing up for the little guy. All right. Show me. I'm the little guy. Stand up for me. Like when I hear bigger YouTubers say that, man, it's just, I don't know if it's me being bitter, but from being a small YouTuber and going through all the things that I've had to go through, when I was demonetized, there was no bigger YouTuber that was like, that's not right. We need to go speak and get BXBeastBoy monetized again. Not never. No one speaks out. Well, I'm not saying no one, but no real big YouTuber spoke out when I got like a lot of false copyright strikes or things of that nature, or a lot of other things that I'm not really going to run through. So when I hear things like this, like, yeah, we're doing it for you. And I'm like, maybe I don't see it right now, but you're going to have to show me. You're going to have to show me. Let me see. You know, go independent and do the things that you said that you're going to do. It's going to take some time. I know, of course, but I would rather just see that, man. Let me just see you put in that work. Put in that work, man. Actually do it. I know for me, I'm a small YouTuber, but I could tell you 1,000 examples how I've done stuff for the little guy all the time.
$1 billion.
All the time.
And certainly not if you understand in context, when behind closed doors, I know, and these people know and acknowledge exactly what's being done to the next generation of creators.
Young talent, they don't get deals like this.
So they don't get deals that
They can be wage slaves for a little bit, come over and make a salary and grow their brand.
that you then own.
Oh, I own parts of it. I don't own it. They can, when their contract's out, they can still go out. They'll still be famous. They can keep doing their shows. They'll go do a show somewhere else. They'll be in a far better place. You help them make them.
No, not under this contract. This contract owns in perpetuity even after the contract. You're paying a lease, but getting ownership. That's what this contract is.
On the content that we pay to produce, yes.
And look, I understand they're going to be different.
Okay. All right. So it's not like they own you per se. They're saying that they own a percentage of the content that was produced. Right. I don't really see an issue with that. Yeah, I don't really see an issue with that. Depending on the negotiation, if you're a smaller creator, you're probably not going to be able to negotiate well to where you would own 100% of that. That's just not realistic in any way, shape, or form. To be honest, when it comes to like the entertainment sphere of like YouTube, Most people don't give a damn about that. Most people don't give a damn. Make another show. Make another show. You should have been doing a show that's owned 100% by you the entire time, fam. Like a good example of this is people like, what's his name, Adam22 with No Jumper. There's people on there like AD who got his own YouTube channel, does his own show, own live streams. That's his, right? But then he still takes part in the bigger brand. You can do that the whole time, right? As far as whatever show you produce, they're helping you produce or they're giving you the money to produce it. Part of that negotiation is we want a cut of this product that we help you produce. I don't see the issue with that. It's the same thing like when you sign a contract. That's why if you're not with that and you try to be independent, then you shouldn't be trying to sign a contract in the first place. This conversation should have never been had. You should have just do it yourself, man. Do it yourself. I'm going to be independent as long as I possibly can, right? Which is forever. Which is forever. Maybe a partnership could be in order, but nothing more than that.
Differing opinions on this. I understand that. As someone who does run a business and has maybe 25 employees, I don't know, we're expanding. I understand people run businesses differently and have different priorities. Here's the thing. I would genuinely still, Daily Wire, Jeremy, love to sit down at the table and explain to you how you can make all of this work, how you can scale what we do and not have to be beholden to the people who we all go out and claim that we're fighting.
But you could have did that without videos being made and all this other stuff though. And also they don't have to listen to you. Right? Like they don't have to actually listen to you.
Especially with all of the financial resources that you have, which by the way are very impressive. And by the way, since fielding requests for people who sent this in you guys are under these kinds of contracts, right? You sent in your emails. If you're looking to either join a network or looking to navigate these contracts, we've been flooded. I'm going to try and get to all of you. But here's the thing. Let me give you my word right now. My word. Everyone, you can timestamp it, call me on it. Here at Mug Club, we will never take.
I thought about sending out for email and then I slapped myself back in reality. I'm not doing that. I'm going to stay independent, bro. Just me, getting out the mud. Ain't no contracts or nothing. Of course, like growing is going to be harder or getting sponsorships. I don't care. I prefer it that way, actually. That way I can really just, do it myself. Well, with my supporters, of course, as well.
Take any ownership over your social media platforms or your channels, and I don't want a dime ever of your YouTube revenue. You make your own decision as to whether you want to be monetized or not. Some people want to, some people don't. I just have a problem with requiring that you do and penalizing you if you don't. And to Daily Wire, to the rest of the people out there, give me a call. And look, let me put it this way. If you give me your word, this is all that matters here. Just give me your word that there will never be a clause in a contract again for some unsuspecting kid or someone who doesn't have the luxury to walk away from $50 million, as I did true, guilty as charged. Give me your word that you will not penalize them 25% for demonetization, another 20% for a strike, another 20% for Facebook.
I get it, but it's like, if they're making their money from the YouTube and you get demonetized, you expect no penalty? You're taking a loss. Everyone would be taking a loss in that. It just makes sense that they're paying you accurately. I don't know. Like I could go deep into this. I just don't feel like getting into my business per se, but it's not expected to do that, right? That's something that where you just on some, you holding it down. You doing it. That's my choice. You could be like, damn, they showing love. That's great. But it's not necessary for them to continue paying you if you've been demonetized and they can't earn an income. That's not like necessary. It would be cool, right? But then it's like, fam, they're losing. They're taking the loss. The business would take the loss on that. And it's like, yeah, it might be good for the creators, but imagine owning a business and being told that you got to take the loss.
Spotify, Apple.
Being told, hey, you should take the loss and these people should make money no matter what. Even if they mess up and wild out with the guidelines, right? Nah, you still got to pay them no matter what. Yeah, they got suspended or terminated, and well, you better get on and get your lawyers because that entire time you will be paying them. That's crazy. That's mad crazy. You should take a decrease until things get back in order. If you're not able to fulfill your side of the obligations, which means being able to put out content.
Up to 80%. Just give me your word that clause, that spirit will
Especially if you're handling production. I'm sure they would have something set to where if they handle production and you just came in and showed up for work and they handled even the uploader process, then you would probably get paid regardless because it would be on them if they messed up your monetization or got suspended. Or you could just negotiate.
not be in any contract sent out to anyone else who's at the front lines fighting for this country. And we're done. All of this stops right now. You will never hear from me again. I will go out and sing your praises. You can pick up the phone. You have my word. That's all it is. That's all this is about. In the interim, to everyone else, stopbigcon.com. Be a signatory. I'll see you.
See? Yeah, I think it was promo. And I like Crowder. Man. I think he's hilarious. But yeah, I think this is a chess move. In all honesty. I still like both of them. I like Daily Wire. Well, I like Candace Owens. And I like Crowder, right? It is what it is. You don't have to even pick a side. Hopefully they could just, settle this without throwing in any more mud. I heard that Candace went to Tim Pool talking about it. I got to see that. And I heard he going to Tim Pool, so I got to see that. I also heard from a source that is reliable that the website that he pushing, right, that he said he made this just because of the Daily Wire stuff, was actually made a month ago, almost as if this could have been planned. Who knows? I don't know. But the website that he's pushing, all that stuff was created a month ago. So I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comment section.